Today I wanted to talk about ventilation in your brewery, so stay tuned. This is the setup that I chose for my brewery, or actually I just kind of stumbled into it. So what you're seeing is a 1200 CFM range hood. I got it on Craigslist for $75. This thing is $2,000 new, and I thought, you know what, I can't go wrong. So what I did is I had my uncle install it, who's an HVAC installer, and I ended up having to put in a 10-inch vent pipe, hard pipe, as well as a 6-inch air intake or makeup air pipe. So something to be aware of when you're putting in a big vent hood is makeup air. So when you start getting into CFM more than 400, the county's going to be interested in what you're doing, and you're going to need to bring in fresh air. Why do you need to do that? Well, you can actually suck enough air out of your house to do things like make the pilot light on your furnace or gas heater go out. So it can really create an unsafe condition. You'll also notice that I am also running a steam condenser. This was kind of like an after the fact add-on, and I don't really need it. I don't need it to protect the walls and the ceilings and things like that. It's more just I was getting some dripping on my hood, and I decided, you know what, I don't want that either, so I went ahead and added that. But I didn't actually use it last brew day. I don't need it. So let's go through the components of my range hood. So it's a 600 or 1200 CFM. It's got a switch on it to go between the two. Now when that activates, there is a dampener in here that brings in fresh air from outside. Let me pause and show that to you. So I've removed the filter, and you can see that this has a damper that's closed. And you know, the idea is we don't want to be sucking in unnecessarily air from the outside. I've also got a filter, and looks like it's probably time to change it. This is a 10-inch duct here. Let's go look on the other side of the wall. So looking on the other side of the wall, you'll see that's electronically controlled damper here. And that is wired to that box right there. And that is the power cord going to my range hood. So if we look inside of here, one of my first circuits is the brewery hood. Whenever that guy is drawing current, there's a sensor inside of there like a little donut. It makes this open up accordingly. So the more current you pull, the more this opens. This 6-inch duct, fresh air duct, goes outside of here to the outside of the house. But I've also got another cold air intake from my furnace up here. So this is completely independent, just for the brewery. So now I'm going to turn on the hood and we can see what the damper does. And now we come back to the other side. You can see that a little light comes on this guy to tell you that it's on. Then when we shut it off, it automatically closes. Let's have a look outside now. This is the out of that 10-inch duct. You can see that I had to have a big hole cut in the side of the house. And then if we go over to this side, we have this 6-inch fresh intake for the brewery, and then we've got another one here for the furnace. So you can see that's a pretty big duct right here, duct cover. So that's an overview of how my brewery is ventilated. If I had to do it all over again, would I have the same setup? I don't know. I think if I was really budget constrained, or like I couldn't modify the space, like maybe I was renting somewhere or some other reason, I'd probably just stick with the steam condenser and just, eliminate all the cost and everything like that, as well as, county inspections and holes in the house and things like that. I was also very fortunate to have a family member that was very knowledgeable in HVAC. So, it was no issue for me. They just come out in a couple hours and knocked it out. I think if budget if was unlimited, I would probably put in one of those condenser hoods. You've seen them, they're rectangular and they've got like a lip inside that collects the water, and then has like a drain to your sink. However, if you have a range hood like this, it's very good at removing the odors, which my family doesn't really like. So that's good for me. It's also good for removing some of the vapors. It's better than nothing, and it's definitely better than nothing and no steam condenser. So yeah, in summary, there's some of the options out there for your brewery. This is how mine has turned out. So thanks for watching.